Hello YTPC, it's Steve, Three Rivers. Thanks for joining me. I'm smoking some Boffy Flake in a Peterson's Donegal Rocky shape, you'll know better than me, which I bought back in the 70s. Interestingly, I bought this off Bob Gregory back in July last year, and I think he's had it for a while, because the tin, and we can see that was rusting up, but no problem, don't get me wrong. But I've had several tins of this. I don't know if you can see that flake. Well, it's dark, but it's like there's crystals in there, probably from the Virginia. You can see there's Virginia Elastic here and with a whiskey topping, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, I'm sure you'll let me know. But certainly a lovely smoke. I popped on, well, Molly's with us down there, she's on biscuit alert, because I got a cup of tea. Not Johnny Dodgers today, ginger biscuits. I just wanted to share a few things, if that's alright. One, Professor Jeremiah kindly organised a Zoom meeting on Saturday, which would be 11 o'clock US time, 5 o'clock here in the UK. And always great fun. A number of people that actually came on, it was marvellous. Stephen Cobbett of the Shire was there, Uncle Phil Sellers, a gentleman called Paul, my learned friend from Cambridge. I'm sorry I couldn't remember your YouTube channel, but I'm sure someone will let me know. And over in the States we had a Preacher Man Piper, obviously a professor, Cliff Higgins, and Josh, Dan's dad Piper. My brain's a bit of a rush at the moment because, but it was great. And all I can say is if you get a chance to see Professor Jeremiah and he's saying I'm going to have a Zoom meeting, and generally it's 6 o'clock Central America time, if you're in the States or Canada or in that convenient time zone, certainly it's worth tuning in. Sorry, I forgot. Old Khakis, Wes, he did join a little bit into the situation, and then he had to leave because from his front porch you can see the Gulf of Mexico, and coming in across the waters there's some dark clouds and things wandering around out there, birds are going horizontal. So yeah, he had to dive out and batten down the hatches. But yeah, just to say great, I don't use that word lightly, great camaraderie, lots of varied discussions. Preacher Man Piper, Doc Jim Hartley, he comes on specifically for inspiration from myself for his sermons, you know, how not to behave yourself. Other than that, and I won't go into that. A week or two back, Gaz, gentleman scholar, sent me this, can you see that? This calendar, which I've just taken down from the bothy, so he does know I appreciate that very much. But I just wanted to share, you know, some of the things that our community does unexpectedly. John Dale Piper, he did a series just recently on 4 tobaccos from Watch City. Total in-depth, honest opinion on each of the tobaccos. And I just happened to mention that the last tobacco he did, which was Watch City Slices, there was 4 from Watch City. I said, if any, that's the blend that would probably suit me the best. And I've been sort of tempering my purchases on tobacco at the moment. I'm just running it down. But he sent a communication back. So, well, if you like, Steve, I'll send you a sample. I thought, that's very kind. So, yes, I was expecting a package, but not an 18-wheeler pulling up outside. Not only did he kindly send me, no, a sample. Samples doesn't cover it. Of the Watch City slices, but also the Watch City Flake 558, Watch City Old Black Magic, and Watch City Old Dominion. And the Dominion I've tried, and the slices I've tried, and they are super. I mean, don't need to take my word for it. Go and watch Dale Piper's videos. But then, on top of that, he sent me some Northwoods, which again, it's one of those elusive American tobaccos, which I sit there and watch these people imbibe on this blend and say, oh, beautiful, wonderful. Well, now I can agree with it. I've tried it now, so thank you, John, for that. He also sent me, as you can see, I've been smoking this. It's the Owl's Head, which was the basis of his mystery giveaway, which he did. And although I did get the answer at the end of the day, it wasn't via the tobacco, so I got there by default. And then the other one is HU blends. I'm not sure, are they Scandinavian or German? I'm not sure. But their pipe repairer has got his own blend. It says Olaf's favourite blend. I call him Olaf the reindeer slayer. But again, John, don't mean to embarrass you by saying thank you to all front of the community, but that is so appreciated. And again, I was just expecting a sample. But dear Steve, just a few blends as promised for you to try. I hope you like them. All the best, John. Well, there we go. Me running the tobaccos down. It just came in. That's my last tin that I'm smoking of my own. I'm just sort of on the verge of do I, don't I, what do I order? And then bang, that arrived. So again, thank you, John. On top of that, self-indulgent here, and I apologise now. My book, Three Rivers Adventure, I released it on the 12th of June last year. 500 copies. Not through any major book outlet, just one small bookshop in Wigtown in Scotland, through one of the hotels of a clue, and word of mouth, and through the community. And the community in particular have been so supportive. And I thought, well, if I sell or put 50 books into the world by Christmas, I'd be delighted. Well, expectations were exceeded. There's over 250 gone out now. Oh, they are numbered, and some I actually kept back the lower numbers, which I think I may have got through now. But just say thank you for the community, you know, for supporting me. And there's a couple of more books have just gone out. One in particular went to Dave, Trailing the Woolly Mammoth. I so enjoy his exploits and the way he describes things, and he's an outdoorsman, and he appreciates the countryside, and he does harvest protein from the countryside, and we both agree it's that we're not going out just shooting stuff. No, far from it. It's that, and there's times you'll go out and you won't shoot anything, you know, not because it's not there, it's because it wasn't a sporting bird, or you know, it was on the ground or whatever. But it's enjoyment working with your dogs. So Dave kindly said he'd like to buy one of my books, and I thought, well, I've always tried to, and a number of people said to me about tobaccos from America, and I'm so hesitant on people sending tobaccos from America to me because the customs and such, I don't want to get anybody in trouble or get into trouble. The professor, he sent his bomb, tobacco bomb, which is again unexpected, and that got through all right. But on this occasion, I said to Dave, I said, rather than pay me for the book in monetary terms, I've always tried to keep the book to the price of a tin of tobacco, or less than a tin of tobacco in the UK. Generally you're paying about £15 over here for whatever blend you might like. So the books sell at 12, fair enough. But I said to Dave on this occasion, and he was quite happy to pay, and I said, would you consider an exchange? And he was kind enough to say, yeah. I said, if so, you know, if you can get hold of a tin of Fusilier's ration, I would be delighted. The blend looks right. What I've seen people when they've been smoking in, it, you know, the vibes coming back are just right. Did I say the tin's so evocative? Yeah, Fusilier's ration. So I said, I don't know if you can get hold of one, but I'd be delighted if we could just exchange for a tin of tobacco. And he was kind enough to do that. Now here we are, Monday, 20th of January. He hopefully will be receiving his book today, and if you'll excuse me, I'll try not to make any sudden noises. You alright down there, Molly? Get myself prepared for once, try to. The package arrived, yeah, and it said, I think it says fly fishing components, etc. On the box, but I've undone most of it. Okay, so I have an idea what's in here, but it's certainly not one tin of Fusilier's ration. And he did hint that he would I like another tin. I said, I'm quite happy with one, but if you insist, you know. And he said, what do you like? I said, I've got Broadchurch on tobaccos. There's not one I haven't enjoyed. And I left it at his discretion. So, if you don't mind, Dave, I'm going to open this up because well, there is something else in there I can see. Oh, is this an IQ test, Dave? Oh, Dave, I thought, please just send me the one tin of tobacco, because I thought that's all I want. Well, whoa, okay. Here's one I've never ever heard of, but I just want to savour this tin. Oh yes. Oh, here we go. Fusilier's ration. That is so evocative, that tin, and I know the components I am going to so enjoy. And this tin, I know it's at least 12 months old. It's been in his cellar, which I appreciate. April 2019. Brilliant. Well, this is going to be enjoyed at a later date, that's for sure. Dave, thank you so much indeed. I am going to really enjoy that and savour it, and that will come at a very special moment. And this is from Hearth and Home. Again, I know the pedigree of these tobaccos. Black House, Marquee series. I don't know if it tells you what's in it, but thank you so much indeed, Dave, and thank you. Now, as I say, this box was heavy. Oh God, I'm sorry, is there I'm only just thought, oh, there is a letter here, if you bear with me. Whoa. I use the term call of the rod. There'll be certain times of the year, and you just have to go. You have to get everything together, get off down there and get onto the river. And that when you see things like that, yeah, what better place can you be? I'll hope you don't mind, I'm just going to read this. Hundreds of streams flowing in the Wisconsin. I look forward to reading your book. Remembrances, best regards, Dave. Right, well, you've given me an indication there. I thought you might enjoy taking a tour of the trout waters in my area and beyond. Well, I did look up on the map where you were going. It's surrounded by lakes and rivers, and wow. Oh my God. Sorry, this has been packaged so well, but a fly angler's guide to more than 150 rivers and streams. The thing is, people say, oh, what fly would you use? Well, hey, you know, what rod would you use? As an instructor, I would say to people, well, there's thousands of rods out there, but what are you going to go and fish for? And when you're going fishing, because when you go fishing, or what you fish for and the time of year, will that will dictate what the fish will be. We'll say it's trout, what the trout will be feeding on that time of year. And if you're in a stream or in a lake, again, the entomology, you need to know that. And to help you out even further, I used to go and look into cobwebs and see what's been emerging that morning or that night, and gives you an indication again of what type of fly you would use. And there's some flies I use who've got a host of triggers, so it doesn't matter what they're feeding on, but there'll be something on this fly which will trigger the fish into response. And then once you know your fly and the size of fly, then you'll know the rod. You don't want rods, or shall we call them springs. They come light springs and heavy springs. Heavy springs for those bigger flies, light springs for the small flies. So that will dictate the rod. So it's a simple equation, starting with your quarry and working your way back. Not getting, oh, that rod looks nice and that reel and that line. Doesn't mean they're all going to marry up. So, sorry, I went off on one then, didn't I? Again, just the cover on this book, Dave, that reminds me some of the streams up in Scotland and in Wales, in North Wales. In fact, in particular, the River Dee below Llangollen. There's when the water's low, there's some excellent grayling and trout fishing. The trout season here doesn't start till March. But certainly the grayling fishing's on. I'm sorry. The white water. I mean, I've just opened up the white water. I don't. There's a lot of white waters, but certainly it's a river that conjures up. Oh my word! This looks fascinating, and I hope the book arrives shortly, Dave, and I hope you enjoy it. It's not a technical book. I actually state that, although there's bits in the book that refers to technical things. But I'm just looking here now. When I said about looking in the cobwebs, see what's been emerging, I'll even shake bushes and see if there's any terrestrials, beetles that fall out, because they can fall into the river. It's not just aquatic insects that you're looking to emerge and come out. And the other thing is nymphs, just looking underneath stones in the area, and I think they might be, I'm not reading it, but you can do a kick sample where you get something like a net curtain downstream, do a bit of kicking in the stones on the riverbed, lift your net up, put it into a little tub, and you can identify the actual trout food that's in there. So David, thank you so much. I mean literally you know where I live, but you know where I live, you know what I mean. I thank you so much. I really hope that you enjoy my meanderings in the book there. That's superb. Really do enjoy it. I'm spoilt for choice now, but I guarantee I want to get out there fishing now for grayling, and we've not got too bad a day here at the moment. But the rivers, yeah. I mean, when you're grayling fishing, the mouth on the grayling, it's designed as a bottom feeder, but it will come up and take dry flies and emerging flies. So we use something called check nymphing. I think it was 1998, the Czechoslovakian team came on the River Dee and they won the World Championships using this method. And fundamentally, 2 or 3 flies. I have my own method, but you have a heavy fly, maybe tungsten on the point, and then mid-fly, probably tungsten could be a heavy, large caddis. Mid-fly, I'd probably put something like an egg design, and then maybe pheasant tail nymph above that, and you basically throw it upstream and you touch leadring coming down, and any deviation in that line you lift to the side, not up but to the side, and that is an incredible way of catching fish. And if I might just say, anybody that uses that method, a little something I picked up from a gentleman who at least three times Welsh Rivers champion, Ewan Lewis. I used to fish with him, and you've heard me mention Gwilym Hughes, who was also Welsh international. And what will happen when you're disturbing, even by accident, you're disturbing the shale in the river, you'll get fish coming, feeding on the caddis, anything you're disturbing around your feet. So, hey, anyway, rather than just walk or wade in a straight line working the river, zigzag backwards and forwards, zigzag backwards. So as you go forwards, you're disturbing. As you're coming back, you're probably picking up fish that have gone into that area. So if you go zigzag your way up the river, when you're checking nymphing, that might be a help. Anyway, those that aren't fishing are probably all switched off now. I do apologise, I do get carried away. Molly's been very patient, waiting for a little snidge of ginger biscuit. But just to say thank you to all those 3 gentlemen. Thank you so much indeed. And I'll just end on saying, if you get a chance to get onto Professor Jeremiah's Zoom meetings, please do. And if you've never looked up Preacher Man Piper, he has led some life, that man, that gentleman, and he's a hoot. He really is. When you're talking to each other on this Zoom, I probably have to stay away for a while now, because these people are a bad influence on me, I've got to say. So anyway, I love you and leave you. And Pipe Club, good to see you're back in the swim. And great. Please keep your videos coming. I'm enjoying and appreciate them so much. Oh, Northwest Pipe Smoker did one today. Oh, I picked it up today anyway. And he's talking about he's reading from a book about, and a lot of people go, no, what are you talking about? Sasquatch. But this is an outdoorsman that's been out there, and he's his, and he's, well, I think it's 1930s. I might be wrong, maybe I got that bit wrong, but his experiences. But anyway, love you and leave you. God bless, and thank you so much, everybody. Take care.